morning from Kamakura, Japan. On this Friday, what looks to be a very nice and sunny day, heading into the weekend. So another fine day, and I'm trying something a little bit different here. This is a transmitter-transceiver for the microphone. Sometimes I use another microphone. I'll show you here. This one here has a long wire on it that plugs into here, and I can clip that onto anywhere on my apparel here. But this one here is just a teeny tiny microphone with no wire, just a plugs directly into that transmitter transceiver. So I'm going to try that so that I don't have wires getting caught on things as I move through the garden. I had a problem a few days ago where I lost a couple segments because of no sound. So I'm going to try this and see how it works, and hopefully, like when I bend over, it doesn't change the quality of the sound too much. So let's see how that works. Speaking of seeing things, let's see how the garden's doing. Monkey's here, munching on things as usual. And the yellow trumpet bush. I am going to do this today, and that is, I'm going to clip this here, the spring onions, and use them. I think I'm going to make a shakshuka for breakfast this morning, and I'll use that in my breakfast. Here I have my nice begonia, looking well. It's flowering quite nicely. The ajisai, the hydrangea, very interesting flowers there. Yeah, I've never seen these kind of petals on this one before, so it's giving me a different show, I guess. That's good. How are we doing with the strawberries? Let's take a quick peek and see how they're doing. Yeah, I don't see much. I see a few. We'll come back for the strawberries a little bit later. Just want to make the rounds of the garden and see how everything is doing. The rose bush is recovering well from its crew cut, its severe crew cut. The Japanese maple, momiji, putting out new shoots. That's good. Let's see how the tomatoes are doing. I don't see anything ripening, but one thing I did bring was a basket. I'm going to harvest some of the cucumbers this morning, and so I brought a basket for that. So let me just set that there, and let's take a look to see what we have here. Okay, no, I don't see any ripening yet, but that's all right. Yeah. You can see the plants have even grown higher than the extensions. I may have to do some more twining here, but that's okay. Alrighty, my disco ball, I think you can see that in there. I'm going to reposition that. Someone suggested that I put it on a shepherd's hook. And here are the string beans. I don't see any flowering yet, but I imagine we'll see them soon. You can see how some of the early leaves behind the net there are dying off, and the true leaves have formed. And you can see how well they're climbing up this netting, exactly what I wanted. Yeah, so, okay, on to the star of the day, the cucumbers. I don't know if you can see them in there, but I can. And yeah, 2, maybe 3 are ready for harvesting. Okay, can you see them? Yeah. Alrighty. So, I need to do a little bit of preparation to get in there to lift the netting. So, before that, let's see how the rest of the garden is doing. More tomatoes in there, and here, not quite ripened yet. Yeah, but see a lot of flowers on the cucumbers, so got plenty more. Yeah, here I was a bit worried about something like this here getting smushed by the netting, so I'll just do what I can to raise that up. I may have to come back and do some more repair work here so that the crows can't get in there. That was kind of funny the other day. I caught that crow in the act. So I'll let this one fall back in, and it'll find its way. I'm going to have to do that over here as well. Let's pull this back down and let it fall back down. It can grow downward too. I know it has a penchant for growing upward, but please stop your upward growth. I never thought I'd say that. Okay, how's the zucchini? Something's nibbling on the leaves, but hopefully that will make them stronger. Yeah, I don't like using pesticides or insecticides, so au natural. But they're looking okay. They're growing well. Yeah, some of the minor leaves are being eaten, but hopefully that sends a signal to the plant to put out some sort of deterrence in the form of chemicals. Looking good. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can see inside there that that eggplant may not make it, and that's okay. That's all right. It can't be helped. Shogunai. Alrighty, so let's get to picking. I just wonder if I've done too good of a job with this netting here. It's kind of hard to get in there. But I think you can see this here. I put this, let me tilt you down a bit. Yeah, I put this rope around, the twine around this log here. So hopefully this will help me get inside there a little bit better. I think so. Let's see if we can just move this up a bit. Okay. Not bad. So you can see here something is chewed up around this end here. That happens quite a bit. But not a bad looking cucumber, and it's nice and cool too. That's going to be delicious this morning. Okay, another one here. It's a bit oddly shaped, but I'm going to clip it now. Yeah, you can see this one rather oddly shaped. But yeah, we'll let the energy go elsewhere. Okay, so we have one in here. Just going to reach through the netting to cut it off and then catch it from below. Not bad, not bad. Not the prettiest, but that's okay. It's all right. So that makes 3. Let's see, what else do we have here? So as you can see inside there, there's a flower on the end of one of the cucumbers. Some more flowering over here. And right here, quite a bit of flowering. So in a few more days we should have some more cucumbers. I've noticed over the years that I'm never able to harvest the cucumbers and the tomatoes at the same time. The timing is just different. But this year I'm going to try hard to take good care of the tomatoes and the cucumbers so that they last longer in the season, and I'll be able to enjoy them together in a nice salad. Okay, very well, very good. So I've got 3 fairly decent sized cucumbers. A little bit scratched, and but yeah, I'm not sure what caused that. But we are outdoors. Oh, I remember the storm we had may have jostled it about a bit. So yeah, because nothing has pierced the skin. This is all just surface stuff. Yeah, this is caused by little bugs. I've noticed this over the years. Doesn't cause too much harm, and yeah, I have some delicious cucumbers. What I really like are these little spiky things. By the time you get to the supermarket and buy these, they don't have them, but I can actually feel these little spikes. They don't hurt, but the tactility is very nice. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Can you see the tomatoes in there? They're getting big. Yeah. So I'll give the garden a nice watering this morning. I'm trying to get a good look inside there to see the inner row. Now that the netting's up, I can't get in there too well. Hopefully I've done enough twining and whatnot. So let me put this back together again here and move around to the other side, go down to the lower garden. So I'll just put this back around the log here and just put that back in place, and hopefully nothing can get in there. Shall we? Let's go. Go. Good boy. I almost forgot about the radishes. Let's see how they're doing. Is this ready? Maybe not. Give that a few more days. The tops are being chewed up quite a bit, though. Maybe I should have put some netting over the top, huh? Yeah, maybe too late now. Okay, everything else is looking well. The sage. The rosemary seems to be recovering. And the papaya still seems nice and firm. And we could have some new growth from here soon. Blueberry patch looks fine. The volunteer tomato. I may need to come in here with a weed whacker. Maybe not today, but soon enough, no doubt. Okay, how are the twins doing in this month of the twins? Gemini. Good. Okay. And these look good too. Do some more twining here now. This one. And this one here is growing just as well as the ones in the upper garden. Not as big, but it's getting there. Okay, let's start twining this. Oh, I can see this one here has a flower on it. So it should be setting fruit soon. I'm going to give this one a shoestring knot so I can undo it later as it grows upward. Hoping you can see those tomatoes in there. There's a cluster of 3. With the netting here, it's a little bit hard to see. Maybe you can see these smaller ones further up. And actually over here we can see a flower turning into a fruit. There's a fully formed, small but fully formed eggplant. So there we are, fully formed eggplant on a nice strong plant itself. It's doing very well. So you see that fruit forming there? Yeah, it's nice. Ah, will you look at this? I didn't even notice this. Look at this. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to put a barrier around here so that they can't see inside. And I see a stem has been broken. Can you see that? The stem has been broken there. So he's pulled it out. I would have had 4. Darn it. So, yeah. Oh boy. Okay, sharing, right? Yeah. Well, I'm just going to throw this over the fence. Maybe something else can find it. That is definitely a task for today. The crow just pulled it right on through the net. So, that's all right. Carry on. So another nice, beautiful day. So I want to check on the strawberries, see what we have here. Okay, looks as though we have a few. Doesn't look too bad. It's better on this side. Not too bad. No, we've got a cluster here. This one's okay, I think. Tiny, but that's okay. Yeah, I think this is the best strawberry harvest I've ever had. And one thing I might do in future is put these in a tower and cover it with the netting like this and see what happens. So a small haul of strawberries, but that'll be tasty on this morning's cereal. Okay, so I think it's time to clip the spring onions. Put them just above the soil level. So I have a nice bundle of spring onions I'll take in, wash off, and chop up. And strawberries too. So a nice basket full of cucumbers, spring onions, and strawberries. My first real harvest of the season. It's quite nice, I like that. I'll give everything a nice watering because it does get quite parched out here by noon. One thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set that there and let it run for a few minutes. It reaches all the way in towards the back there, just to give it a good soaking. The water will spread out and find its way down to the roots. Okay, while I was watering, I decided to take the netting that was covering the strawberries and put it over here where the cucumbers are, just to block the crows and other critters from getting in there. So I think this will work. It's just long enough and tall enough And it actually wraps around the side here. So yeah, I'll do some final touches on that. And hopefully I'll tighten this up here, this opening here. And hopefully this will keep the crows away from my cucumbers. Okay. So pull that down and inside. That should work there. See what I can do around the corner here. Okay. Let's see. Let's poke a slight hole through there and attach it to the bamboo. Okay. Another slight hole here. Slide it over the post and fasten a string around it. You can tuck it up under this log here as well for added protection. So that should help a lot. Alrighty, try to get through that. Silly crow. Makes it a little harder to see things, but I can raise this up, so that's no big worry. Actually, down here I'll use some of these bricks as a weight and tuck the rest underneath. Okay. Very good, very good. I like this. But I still have to figure something out for here, but not until the fruit starts to ripen, because I'm sure they're not tasty green like this. I don't think birds like green tomatoes fried or otherwise. I was able to attach this last stake here to the post with a nice strong string, so that will keep it from moving too much in the wind. But the bugs are out. But they help to pollinate, so I'm not going to worry too much about them. Oh, yes, one more thing. The disco ball. Where to put this? I'm thinking that since this is where the crows seem to come, I'm going to just simply hang it right here. So what do you think, just hanging here? I'm going to bring some tape out and just tape it here. And yeah, that might be a good spot for it. Teresa, what say you? Another task complete. So, hi Spunky, how are you? How you doing? So, I've harvested 3 cucumbers, lost 2, so that's 5 so far for the season, total. Some green onions there, and some strawberries. I'm going to take a quick shower, and I'll make breakfast. Okay, Spunky, you hungry? Yeah, always hungry. Let's see here. Ready? Yeah. Getting new growth on the citrus tree. All right. See how Spunky. So quiet out this morning. The frogs aren't making their mating noise. I guess they've laid their tadpoles, and the tadpoles are swimming around, becoming new frogs to complete the cycle. And the birds are laying eggs to complete their cycle. Well, as I mentioned, I'm cooking some shakshuka. I started out with the spring onions that I harvested and chopped, and with some garlic in olive oil. Then I added some cumin seeds and fennel seeds and got that going really nicely. Then I added a can of chopped tomatoes. Whole tomatoes would have been better, but I don't have any. I got tons of canned chopped tomatoes. Juice and all. A can of chickpeas, but I drained the water from that, the aquafab, as it's called. Yeah, added some black olives, spices, salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar to balance the acidity of the tomatoes. And over here I've got some mint from the garden and cilantro, also from the garden. I'm going to sprinkle that on the top as soon as the eggs are set. So I'll cover this for just a few minutes. Okay, the eggs are almost set. I'm going to add some more chopped onions as a garnish. I'm going to add the mint and the cilantro. Just a little bit of the cilantro, I don't want to overpower it. Finally, a small sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. Maybe a little bit more. You can add any other kind of cheese, but this is what I have handy. And I'll put a link to the YouTube recipe down in the description box. So I'll cover this. Yeah, I think I'll chop up this funny looking cucumber. Okay, chickpea shakshuka. It didn't take long to cook at all. With herbs from the garden, cucumbers from the garden for the salad, and the spring onions, and strawberries from the garden with blueberries and almond milk. Oh, I'm pumped for this.
こちら。
こんにちは。カメだね。一匹だ。
落ちないでよ。カバさん。カバさん、落ちるよ。落ちちゃうよ。落ちちゃうよ。押さえてないと落ちちゃうよ。